How we doing, everybody? This is your man, Chris Argote, the problem solver, the Medicare coach, the agent guru, the guy that helps you get to a better place in action, baby. Let's get it. Today, I'm going to give you some really good value. All right, I'm going to be straightforward with it because that's exactly what you signed up for, not to hear me talk and ramble on, right? So let's dive right into it. All right, today, if you're someone that's considering getting into this industry, let me guide you, okay? I'm going to show you some tips and tricks here. It'll save you 2, 3, 4 years worth of your learning curve and bring you right to, put you right in front of the people you need to speak to, right? Now, 2 ways to get into this industry, right? What would I do? 2 ways. I got, you either work for somebody, of course, that doesn't work. So you either work for somebody, right? That's what they call captives, okay? Or you're on your own. You're either a captive agent or you're an independent agent, okay? What is the difference between the two? Well, glad you asked, right? So in this industry, folks, you give a lot of credit to people that know their information, okay? And usually in the early stages of this career, people usually like to get trained somewhere. So they go and they work for an agency, also known as an FMO, field maintenance organization. And it's pretty much an organization that hires people, trains people, gets your licenses under them, and you're like a middleman between you and the bigger company directly, right? Humana, Aetna, all these other big ballers out there. So you need that person in the middle, the FMO, because they support you. They get all your contracts in order. They know how to do all these things, and they're trained by the big carriers to do all this stuff. So they recommend you go through an FMO. Now, you could, whether you go work for somebody or go completely on your own, you most likely will still have to do an FMO, okay? And there is no bad thing really about working with an FMO. Now, there's a lot of them out there. All those people email blasting you, text blasting you, they're all trying to do that for you right now, okay? Now, captive, let's talk about what happens when you work for somebody that teaches you the game and provides you leads, okay? So honestly, we're here trying to help you, okay? Whether you're on your own or you're working for somebody. And the goal is to get in front of the people that need your help, right? So we do a lot of different strategies to do that, right? You know, I hate the word marketing. It's such a general term, but really, you know, people use marketing efforts, things that get them in front of people with tools, technology, email, the internet, all this stuff that's going on billboards, all that stuff you see out there. People pay to get that stuff done. Long story short, they pay to hopefully bring in business. Okay, so let me explain what that looks like to you real quick. If somebody asked you, you need to spend $500 to bring in $3,000, okay, would you spend the money? They didn't tell you how the $3,000 is going to come in. They didn't tell you anything. They just said, hey, you need to spend $500 right now to maybe bring in $3,000. But at the minimum, whatever comes in, you sell 1 or 2 policies and you paid for the $500 completely. So whether 20 people come in, 5 people come in, or even just 2 come in, you're still breaking even, right? So what you got to do is you got to believe in yourself at that point. When you're not a strong agent, you spend $500 and you're here biting your nails, man. You're here like, man, I got to sell something. I got to bring something home here. I just spent 500 bones. How am I going to get my money back? This is how you get your money back, folks. The only way to get good at something is to do it, right? There is no training module, folks, that's going to turn you to a 0 to 100 producer. Now, you know, some training people might say, yeah, that's me. I got a program. They're saving you time and money. But really, the questions, the conversations, and all that stuff is going to come from you. You can't automate that. You cannot solve someone's problem using AI, okay? People want to speak to a human to solve these problems. So, in a nutshell, when you're working for somebody, you usually don't have to pay for leads, right? And they give you that beautiful relationship, nice and easy. Maybe they pay you hourly. They give you these incentives, right? So like when I first did captive, I was paid a flat hourly rate and a commission on top every time I sold something. Now that commission was cut a little bit, and that's okay because guess what? They gave me 10 different leads, 10 opportunities a day. They gave me the support that I needed. They were paying for my E&O insurance. For those that don't know, that's the errors and omission insurance. You know, like there's nothing wrong working for somebody. There really is nothing wrong doing that. But if you're one of those people that are trying to start off and you want proper guidance and proper, it depends where you go to get that good training. But if you're looking for someone to teach you the game, you're going to most likely have to go that route, or you're going to pay top dollar for a trainer, someone that's experienced like me, so we can pour this stuff into you, and hopefully you ingest it and you apply it. But if you just ingest it and don't apply anything I teach you or any of these trainers out there, you might as well save your money and just go work for somebody so you can so they can mold you into that, because you obviously need some sort of commitment and you don't believe in yourself to get something done. So if you want to start safely, go the captive route. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody so they can teach you the industry. And then once you get confident enough, then you could possibly go on your own. And that's exactly what I'm trying to teach people about, right? I've been captive, learned the game, got confident, got good enough to go on my own. And that's exactly what I did about 2.5 years ago. Went on my own. Now, is it easy? I'm still going to tell you it's not easy. Is it doable? Of course it's doable. But is it easy? If you're looking for easy, you're in the wrong industry, right? This is the #1 highest paying industry, and it's for a reason, okay? Because hard work works in this industry. And in any other industry, it just gets you paid. But in hard work in this industry gets you, oh my God, exponentially taken care of. You have no idea, okay? No idea. So let me break this down so you have an idea, okay? So you either work for somebody or you work for yourself. Now, when you work for yourself, as I told you, that $500 example I gave you earlier, that's the type of stuff you're going to have to be doing, okay? Now, what if like, man, I don't have that much money. I don't have marketing dollars to spend. That's okay. There's ways to get it done. You just got to be willing to put in the work, okay? What type of work does that take? Is it going to be phone calls? Maybe. Is it going to be visits in a house? Maybe. Is it going to be visits at a facility? Maybe. You have to do things to get in front of the people that need your help. So what are you going to do if you're not going to pay Facebook or you're not going to pay someone to help you get in front of those people? These people are very simple to help, right? And it's anyone that's on Medicare. So they're all doing the same thing. All of them. They're all online. They're all going to the doctor's appointments. They're all researching. You know what I mean? So really, to win and find these people, you got to be the educator. To be the educator, you have to have gone through the course. You have to have learned the knowledge. You have to have taken the course, the class. You can't help people on Medicare if you do not know Medicare. I say this all the time. Knowledge is power. If you are new to this industry, what you should be focusing on is learning how to handle every type of Medicare case out there. From what I understand, there's about 13 different scenarios, I want to call them, right? Oh, okay, this is your case. Yes, you could come on Medicare this way. Oh, this is your case. You could come on Medicare this way. Oh, this is your case. You can come on Medicare this way. There's 13 of those little scenarios, okay? You got to get good at all of them because you don't know who is in front of you. And as much as you want the easy sale, which is the person that just turned 65, they're diving in and you're here educating them of their options, that's the most ideal sale out there. It's also the most highest paying sale, policy. But it's because it takes the nurturing, it takes the education, it takes the trust building. They got to rely on their retirement decisions based on what you're offering, what you're telling them. So if you don't have something good to offer or you don't understand what your offer is, you really need to reconsider that and take a Medicare 101 or advanced Medicare course somewhere. I teach these, by the way. If you go to chrisargote.com, I teach these, all right? They're not expensive, man, but it took me forever to master it. Now, I could have read a textbook and just given you a quiz and called that a course, but my course breaks it down so you can understand it, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and give you the same stuff they gave everybody. I'm going to break it down, put it into my own words, and speak English to you so you can understand what we're trying to help others understand. Okay. And that's Medicare. So you are not confident, you're jumping on your words, you're umming, you need to get confident at Medicare. Because if you don't know Medicare, you're not going to help people on Medicare. Does that make sense? I don't care how good you can read a benefit policy or a summary of benefits. If that don't apply to the person you're trying to help, that does you nothing. Okay. Everyone is different in this industry. And that's what's kind of hard to understand. Every case is different. Everyone takes different medications. Everyone has a different doctor. Everyone lives in a different zip code for the most part, right? And those three things will make your experience with everyone different. Okay. So this job is really about helping people get what they want. You're really like a access giver. You're like a network provider. You know what I mean? Like you get people access to places. So that's how you really got to look at yourself. You're a connector. I could connect you to that facility or that doctor using this program as the vehicle. Now think about that here for a second. What does that really mean? Okay. And that's exactly why you need to go and learn more about Medicare, because there's certain rules and regulations that don't let you just do whatever you want. So your client has to understand that. And I don't know about you, there's always someone out there that hates insurance. They've been burned by it. The last thing they want to even hear is the word insurance. And that's because they're honestly, they don't fully understand how their policy works. And knowledge is power, folks. If the reason why I'm mad at my plan is because I assumed it paid 80% of when I went to the doctor. But when I got there, I paid this and this and this, and I was just not right. Like now we have a problem because my expectations were up here and my reality was right here. So when your expectations are higher than reality, you get an emotional situation that you're just not comfortable with. And it takes someone now to educate you, go backwards on that and explain to you why this and this happened. So education, education, education. Okay. You need to educate yourself so that you can decide, are you confident enough to go on your own, or do you want to go captive and work for somebody? There's nothing wrong with either options. I've met $100,000 earners on both sides of that fence. I've created $100,000 earners on the captive side. And on the independent broker side, I mean, really the sky is the limit, because however much you want to work is however much you're going to make. And I think the better, obviously, the longer you're in the industry, the better you're going to get. But you can skip that learning curve by putting yourself in a position as an expert from day one. Okay. And the only way to really do that, every agent after passing their license exam really closes every book for a long time. They just get so happy they pass their license. Oh my God, what do I got to do to start selling? Right. And they don't focus on continuing their education. Now, by law, you have to do that every 2 years, called CE, right? But if you are just relying on what they told you to do to get you to your success and to get you the knowledge you need, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. You need to proactively answer every question that you could possibly get from a client. And if you don't know the answer, there's nothing wrong with telling someone, I don't know the answer, I'll get back to you on that. But you need to be confident enough to know the system and to know how to help someone so that you could be a problem solver like me. Okay. I really, to this day, there hasn't been one Medicare scenario I have never understood. I've seen crazy stuff. I have seen things that aren't normal. I've seen things that are normal, but just still weird. I mean, there hasn't been something I haven't worked with that has left me confused. Okay. I've handled all of those 13 types of scenarios that you could run into, and I've mastered them. And I'm willing to share that with you. Okay. So what I'm doing here today is helping you understand, is this the right industry for you? Okay. Now, there's two ways to go about it. Yes, you go get your license, you go get your fingerprints, you get, you apply for all the state stuff. But really, when you get your official license, you're forced with these two decisions. You go on Indeed, or you can start going online and applying for a captive company, or you go and you do it on your own. And if you talk to anyone that has done it on their own, they're all going to tell you that they felt like there was no training. they're like, man, I just got thrown out there. I had to follow this guy for 2 weeks. He didn't really share with me his secrets. And it's because does it benefit them to share their secret success formula with you, the newbie who's gonna come and pound on the same people that this guy's probably helping. So you have a lot of people that are comfortable in this industry, and they really don't want to help others because they're selfish and they want the business for themselves. But guess what, folks? With Medicare, there's nothing to worry about because every day 11,000 people turn 65 in the US, and it's only doubling. It's only doubling right now. And I forgot the number. It was about 65 million people on Medicare right now, about 17% of the United States population. By 2040, literally a little less than 40 years from now, 95 million, almost doubling. Okay, almost doubling. Now, just think about that. Think about that. We're only having more people, population is growing. Our aging, turning 65 population is gonna double. So you really think it matters if you took care of Susanna? You don't have to fight over these leads, okay? Now, when you're a good agent, doesn't matter who you talk to. They're gonna realize my agent sucks because this guy's awesome. I like working with this guy. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. But when you talk about working with a professional, you feel that from the second you say hello. You literally do, because this person has been in your shoes several times. And it's not that I read the book longer, I read more chapters than you did. No, it's I applied myself. I have put myself out there. I've helped enough people so that I can feel this confidence and go and help you move forward, right? So I'm not sitting here just because I'm being paid to be here. I'm sitting here because I genuinely care about the people out there that are advising seniors incorrectly. So my goal and mission is to make sure if you get into this industry, you're not going to be a bad agent. And no one wants to suck at their job, right? Raise your hand if you want to suck at your job. No one, right? So think about that. Don't suck at your job. Take control of your career and go about it the right way. I mean, you still want to go through the learning curve yourself, you can. Save yourself. I mean, I guess it's just money because you're going to waste a lot of time in the future. But I promise you, a $20, $30, $40, $50 course to help you get a piece of knowledge is going to be way more valuable to you than let me just go work for somebody, put 2-3 years in, and then go on my own and start making big bucks, right? Now, ultimately, the decision's up to you. If you like having a boss, like having someone tell you every day how to do it, do it. Go work for somebody. Nothing wrong with that. I did that for what, 3.5 years or so. And that's where I learned the game. Started from the bottom up. Okay. Working for yourself, independent brokers. Okay. We have a lot of work to do because there is no one telling us to wake up every day and go to work. Right now, we have to literally do our own prospecting. We have to find our own people, make our own appointments. I mean, do everything. You have to train on your own, teach on your own, everything on your own. That sounds scary, but when you're good at it, or at least you have an idea of how to go about it, it is not scary at all. I promise you that. And my name, folks, is Chris Argote. For those just jumping on, I've been doing Medicare for about 6 years now, and I promise you, there hasn't been one person I haven't been able to help. It's just, what does this 30-year-old guy know about helping 65-year-olds? Oh boy, you'd be surprised. I have worked for a big call center here in Houston, Texas. They have national agents everywhere. And this call center, I saw insurance at a very high volume. I'm talking about agents making 150 phone calls a day, having a lot of conversations a day. And I was part of these conversations, training them, managing them, helping them have more conversations, pushing them to have better conversations and all that, right? Now, I've seen enough, and I have indirectly helped way over 500,000 people out there, because every agent that gets stuck in a moment, they call an expert to help them, guide them through the process. And that's exactly what I do for people. I'm like your coach, mentor, whatever you want to call it, but the person that helps you get unstuck when you're stuck in something. And if you feel like you're stuck in something, whether any sales job you might be in, whether you're a realtor, anyone that works with appointment setting and finding your own clients and kind of, chasing. A lot of people call it chasing, but really It's client acquisition, man. I mean, come on. This is what companies spend thousands of dollars to do. And you're able to creatively do it however you want. You know, a lot of people are just lazy and don't really use what's out there, or don't teach themselves, don't keep educating themselves. Look, man, I graduated college a long time ago. What I learned in college was totally bogus. And I have a business administration degree, and I have used probably maybe 2% of it. But I will say I never stopped learning after that degree. And I'm not going to lie, what I've learned after that degree might have costed me time, but it was way less expensive than what my degree was. I'm still paying off that degree. This is paying me now because I know this stuff now, right? So here's what I'm going to do for you folks. Hopefully I've given you a little bit of clarity of how to kind of go about the industry. You really want to decide whether you want to work for somebody or go on your own. And, you know, I did both. I think it's the best way to do it. If you really want to be well-rounded, become bigger than what you think you could become, you're going to want to go the long run and go full route. Now, you could go on your own from day one. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need a mentor. You need a coach. You need a guidance. You need someone to make sure you're doing the right thing because this industry is so complex. There's a reason why there's an entire office just for this, okay? Social Security Administration, the Medicare Administration, the CMS. There's so many government agencies involved in having people learn Medicare, and agents like us too, that it's so confusing. You would think that it would be simple by now, but it is really confusing. There's very few people that have the knowledge that I do, okay? There's very few people that can help you out there with these type of things. You know, there's a bunch of licensed agents, but I guarantee you not all of them are educated, okay? A lot of them are just trying to sell you a policy. They don't even know what for, okay? Get with someone that's going to listen to you, listen to what's important to you, and make a decision based on what's important to you. Only makes sense. Only makes sense. And the only way to get that is working with someone that knows. Someone that knows, that's been there, that's done it for someone, that is not scared to move forward because he knows what the result is, right? If you tell me I spent $500 right now and it brings me $3,000 in 2 weeks, would you do it? I definitely would. But it's because I've gotten confident to the point where I know I can spend $500 on myself and bring myself in some money. So just a rough example there. I just wanted to clarify a little bit about how to get started in this industry. And I wanted to pour some energy out so you guys can see how passionate I am about this. I'm on a mission right now, folks. I'm on a mission. I've served my country, and now I serve the people turning 65 in Texas and Florida. Okay, so my mission is to help people unconfuse what they think Medicare is. I want to make that process simple for them. And I've done this in many ways, in videos, my website, personally. You make an appointment with me, I guarantee you would leave that appointment with nothing but answers to all your questions, okay? And a plan of action. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants, wait, you need to cut that tree down. You pay someone to cut the tree down because it's too hard, right? You go to the gym, you want to get big, you pay a personal trainer because you want him to get you, right? So what do you think happens when you need to do your taxes? I mean, TurboTax is great, but I still need a tax guy because it's too many numbers. So think about it this way. You want to get good at something, you need someone that's been there before so they could pour some knowledge and guidance into you. Stop judging them and stop thinking that they're stealing your money. That's what everyone thinks. So you're taking my money. Taking my money, man. You know what's taking your money? That all these fast food places taking your money, your health, your time, and they're making you look like total, well, you shouldn't look like. And then you complain when someone asks you for 30, 40 bucks for actually something valuable. But when a college did it back in the day for a random college class that you would never take from, you paid them. And is that giving you any value now? Right? So this is like immediate value per dollar right here, immediate. Like I promise you, after a conversation with an expert, you will know what to do. Stop living in the I don't know what to do. Speak to someone that can help you know what to do. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So here's your man, Chris Argote, the problem solver, the Medicare coach, the health insurance, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, man. I love what I do. And I want to help you get better at it. So get with me, get with anyone that knows me, or get with anyone that has been through a service with me and see what it's like. I promise. So look, here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I normally charge $50 for a Medicare class, and this is like a top level Medicare class. Right now, if you want to join any of these classes, you go to my website, www.chrisargote.com, and I'll show you exactly how to get into these classes, what you're going to get from it. Send me a message right now to my email. Talk to me about the class. Chris, I want more information about the class. I'm going to give you a discount so you can go to that course at half off. And that way you get everything you need for the value that you wanted at. Now, is it taking away time from me? Of course it is, but I don't mind because I know what I'm going to pour into you is just like me spending $500 and getting $3,000 back. I'm confident I can do that right now because I know it's not like gambling where you put money into the machine and you expect the sevens to line up. This is literally, here you go. Thank you. Oh my God, I just made $1,000, or I know how to make $1,000 now, right? I mean, it's knowledge that you're going to take with you forever. So I can't give it to you free because it's taken me years to cultivate this, right? You can teach a man how to fish. He's going to just catch, he's going to catch fish, right? You teach him how to, forgot the phrase, but you get it. You teach a man how to catch it. You teach a man how to eat a fish. I forget how it goes. But at the end of the day, you get it. You get it. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to get you more money. But by doing so, I need to be compensated for my time, expertise, and experience. And I promise you, all this goes right back into more content and more course creations, more courses available for you folks. So stop wasting time. If you're considering getting into this industry, you need to watch this video and get with an expert like me. Okay? Chris Argote, the problem solver, at your service, baby. Let's get it.